We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. So sing it with your mouth. We shall not be moved like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be equal rights. Equal rights. We shall not be moved. Equal rights. We shall not be moved just like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
How will history judge us if we, for the first time, change our Constitution for the sole purpose of discrimination? Where else do we in the Constitution describe a relationship? Where else? The Constitution sets fundamental laws, and it sets the limits by which we as a society can execute those laws. It sets the limits for us as legislators to act. And so the idea that we should then go ahead merrily, just move away from it, give it to the people, well, I say to you that frightens me if we are that irresponsible about our duty here with respect to this Constitution. Because I say to you that at the beginning of the 20th century, if my rights to freedom were placed squarely in the hands of the people who were responsible at the time, I would not be free today.
We were leaders of the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and of all the civil rights battles of the 20th century. In the 21st century, this chamber is being asked to lead another civil rights battle. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has never said no to those who are unrepresented, discriminated against, or mistreated. This vote today is no less than a reaffirmation of our own history. We can shirk our responsibility to be leaders, or we can join our forebears and accept it.
I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go. Excellent. I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine.
The SJC has opined that civil unions are not the equivalent of marriage. We all know this to be true. I'm not sure how anyone could advocate for or be accepting of a status that leaves individuals in a less than equal position. I know the pain of being less than equal, and I cannot and will not impose that status on anyone else. When I came to the Senate in 1993, I made but one political promise, and that was to do whatever was necessary to protect the rights of each of my very diverse constituencies without ever disrespecting the rights of another group of my constituency. It has been a challenge, but I believe I have done what I promised to do. In this, the biggest test of that commitment, I can't and I won't turn back now. Protection of the rights of all my constituencies must include the extension of the most basic of civil rights, the right to marry, and all of the full benefits and privileges that derive therefrom.
Do not be discouraged. They can try, and they can even succeed perhaps. They can try and take away our rights. They can try and take away our equality. They can try and take away protections for our families. But they cannot take away our dignity. They cannot take away our pride in who we are. And they cannot take away our determination to fight this every step of the way until we win next year.
We will succeed, and we will succeed soon, because there are so many of you. Because today we fill rooms, we fill halls, and it is not gay people alone, it is our straight friends. is our parents. It is our brothers and our sisters and our clergy and our school teachers and our co-workers who support us.
But it is the essence of the discussion here. At the end of the day, what happens here today does affect me. It affects my family. It affects many of your constituents in a very negative way. The matter before us, however it might have been framed as an issue of religion, is about human rights. It is about the right to benefits and protections and equal pay for equal work. It is about stabilizing families and protecting children. It is about assuring some degree of economic stability for countless elderly, gay and lesbian couples who are citizens of this state, who do not have options to look forward to in the form of enough economic support to get them through a difficult period of time in this economy. It is about accepting that while we share many differences, ultimately we share the common goal that it is the role of government, it is our responsibility as legislators to provide equal protections for all.
This land is your land on three. And loud. Loud. 1, 2, 3.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Island. From Redwood.
I would like to say, before I finish these remarks, that there has been a considerable amount of debate about whether this is a civil rights issue or not. For me, it is a civil rights issue. It is a civil rights issue because I understand the institution of marriage as being a civil institution as well as a religious institution. I am convinced that we should make no regulations about religious organizations' understanding of marriage. But marriage is a civil institution as well. And it is that civil institution that creates the benefits that we have written into our law. No religious institution creates a set of benefits for all married people. When married people get certain benefits, they do not go to their religious institution to collect those benefits. They collect those benefits from us. They collect those benefits from government. It's government that protects those benefits. That's the civil marriage that we define. And that is the question that is before us. Should everyone, regardless of gender, be able to choose their partner in that civil marriage relationship? Should everyone in Massachusetts have the liberty to choose their partner? And when we read the decision of the Supreme Judicial Court, what we find there is no order for us to change any of the benefits of marriage. There's no order to change any part of all of the marriage laws that we have in this Commonwealth. The order is simply to open up that law, those benefits, to a group of people who have been discriminated from having those benefits. And it is essentially a decision that draws logically out of our understanding of liberty. Our understanding of liberty changes. It has always changed.
Equal marriage, we shall not be moved. Equal marriage, we shall not be moved. Just like a stream that's standing by the water, we
I was elected as president of the Senate, and we set the date for this convention, that there would be a vote and that the legislators would exercise their constitutional duty, and they have done that today. They carried out.
A very proud leader of the House of Representatives for what they did today. And let me say this, we said this a few short weeks ago, a few short months ago, even 3 years ago, that we were going to get this done, and you were going to have your rights, and no one was going to take it away from you, and we did it today. Now the governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Bill Patrick.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In Massachusetts today, the freedom to marry is secure. And today's vote was not just a victory for marriage equality. It was a victory for equality itself. Because whenever we affirm the equality of anyone, we affirm the equality of everyone, and that is very good news. Yes, we shall not be moved just like a tree.